And that's right here in the October.
I was right.
This is the Prairie Field Services Safety Meeting for the week of May 13th, 2019. And I hate it when it does that. Talking about short service employees this week. Usually if you're with a company less than 6 months, you're considered a short service employee. And these people come to us with all kinds of knowledge and information. They're just new to us. Some are new to the field totally that we got to care for a little better. A lot of companies in the oil patch require green hard hats, green stripes, something like that. We really don't have that luxury because we are working solo 98% of the time. So with that, we really can't identify them because if you went on to some of our producers with that shiny green hard hat, they're going to say, hey, where's your trainer? Where's your mentor? But we should be aware of who our SSEs are, especially as senior drivers, trainers, crew leads, and assist them when they need some hands or answer questions. So we don't have that luxury of working in the crews. But we do reach out to them after safety meetings. Brian texts them if they have alerts. We talk to them. We do catch some good things on some harsh events, and we tell them good job on that also, just like we try to with everybody else. And our mentors, our trainers, or your crew leads, they're the more experienced ones who are going to help train them. The crew leads, they meet up with these people occasionally. They might have some questions or concerns or things like that they can help out and answer. As I said, these guys do come with quite a bit of knowledge. It's not like they know nothing. And they might have better, easier ways to do things that we have failed to look at. Need to think outside the box on some of that stuff. That trainer, you're with them. You know what kind of experience level these people have. And they're your first line supervisor, if you will, while you're in training. Experienced folks come in, they're going to have 6 days of training with a trainer. And then they're going to go off to be signed off on their own and then turn loose on the crew. Our CDL school guys, they have to have a minimum of 5 weeks period. That is built into the program. We cannot cut them loose early at all. So we don't want to get that mindset with them because we have to do it. We can't have additional training days or weeks a week with them. As trainers, as crew leads, supervisors, even your senior drivers, if you see new folks that are out on their own doing things that aren't safe or improper, let's stop them. Let's help them. Let's give them the best way to do things. We can reach zero if we all do our part and help these folks out. And as a short service employee, ask questions if you come across things you don't know or don't understand or isn't clear. The only stupid question is the unasked question. Because think about it. If you have this question, there's probably at least 2 or 3 or 4 others out there that have the same question. So go ahead and ask. And if you get asked these questions, give them honest, good answers with stuff. Help them with the physical layouts, the housekeeping rules, all that kind of stuff. If you share trucks, tell them what's expected. For May, we're still talking about our 2 different safety topics. For Shell, PPE, last line of defense. Those of you that have not got a 4-gas monitor yet need to come see us. Cheyenne, Darren is going to be bringing yours down to you. And Sean, you already have all the Gillette stuff. So those are getting out there. You know that 4-gas monitor is going to go off every time you open a tank. The producers require these. If we had our way, we'd rather have the single H2S because you're going to pay more attention to it than the one that goes off all the time. But we have to abide by what our producers require, and that's why we've had to buy the 4-gas. Traffic safety awareness for us. Think about it. The weather's getting nice. A lot more crazy drivers out there. You're seeing more bicycles, more motorcycles, all that kind of stuff. Didn't have a chance to really talk to John much here, but speeds on lease roads. Our new CDL class started this week, and we were doing Smith driving. And he came in talking about some of the speeds we've been seeing in SAMSARA on the lease roads, the harsh turns that are just beating the equipment to death. His budget has gone way up this last month. That's just tearing things up. Treat this equipment like it's yours.
Well, one suggestion I can make: some of these roads, let's say you owned a $100,000 motorhome. Think to yourself how fast you would be driving your own motorhome down that road. And we got this equipment we have; it's almost $300,000 a piece, and we're not getting the life expectancy we need to out of these.
But kudos to the guy that got a harsh break for a rabbit. I really like that SAMSARA video.
Yeah. On SAMSARA, SAMSARA, Brian wanted me to pass on. If you need logs corrected or that, call him. He will get those taken care of. Double check your hours of service before you start driving. Go to your hours of service clocks. Your current duty status bar is right at the top. It'll tell you 10 hours or 34 hours. So double check those before you take off, because we got to be logged. You should be on duty to double check that, or if you're doing a pre-trip.
You cannot log out and drive the truck. Every mile has to be accounted for by an employee. Even our mechanics, when they drive them around, we got to go back and annotate them afterwards. I've had some reports guys say, well, I was just told to log out and bring it back. If anybody ever tells you that, please call me so I can address who told that to you.
Yeah, we got just an unbelievable amount of unassigned driving time, mileage to the trucks. We understand, half a mile. That's usually the mechanics taking it around the yard here. But when there's 40, 60, 80-mile runs with no driver on them, we cannot be doing that. That'll get you into a real bind. Texas crude, they're still staying real steady with things. They're, what is that, Gilby, about
7,000 yesterday.
7,000? And Wyoming, is that right at 60,000?
59.9, I think.
So close. You guys are doing a heck of a good job. And water still holding steady. As I said, this one reflects the production they pull. Doesn't show all the service work they're doing. They're doing a lot of different service work out there that doesn't show on a little chart for you. But there's a bunch of stuff they're doing. A couple things we want to talk about. Lamb and calf pastures. There's no STIPs like there are for the birds, because BLM and Game and Fish don't monitor that. It's the ranchers. Ranchers' rules. They're the ones that can tell us if we can drive on their roads or to take a powder and leave. Lambs, the newborn lambs. The ranchers have all said their lungs are quite fragile when they're first born. 5 miles an hour around those, because it is harmful to them. As they get a little older, they're more resilient, but the lambing and calving pastures no more than 20 miles an hour. That's tops. You might want to be under that a little bit, because if we do hit any of these animals and it kills it and you don't stay, that is a felony. You can get charged for a felony for that. If you happen to hit them, stay there, call a supervisor, get people coming to handle it properly. Just don't leave it and go, because the sheriff's offices around here will question you, will check for you.
I got a phone call yesterday. The sheriff knew it wasn't us, but he was just wondering if any of you guys here, trucker talk at the laps or anything. There was a calf hit on Buffalo Cut Across Road, about 3.5 miles north of Sussex Road. I double checked everything. We never had any trucks in that area. I think Logan was the closest one after it happened, but he came in from the north. So, but if you hear anything about guys hitting stuff, let us know, because we get calls from the sheriffs a lot of times. They know we got cameras in our trucks. They ask us to help them out on trying to investigate some of this stuff.
Yeah, and if you guys do see things like that, a fresh calf that's been hit or a lamb, let dispatch know that it wasn't us. We're trying to be proactive with this kind of thing. Tank seals. If you reject a load, remember you have to put straps and that seal number in your comments. So there's been some shenanigans going on with that. So we need some documentation in there of what your tank strap was when you rejected it and what the seal number of your tank was in there. That way it gives Gilby and Kyle and Alan some power to say, no, this is why it was rejected and things aren't the same now.
Does that include tanks that are in production?
Yes. One other thing I want to add, you mentioned that someone pulled another tank out of production today. The producers are getting upset with us. Make sure you verify isolation. 2 weeks ago, we hauled 90 barrels of water because the guys didn't realize the crossover line was open and 2 different trucks hauled water out of it. If your strappings are ever messed up after you're done, you're like, it just doesn't add up, chances are that the tank wasn't isolated. That should be the first thing you do before you even go up on top to doing your tank work, is verify that there's no recycle lines, sales lines, or production lines open.
It's kind of all we had for this one. It's kind of short and sweet. We didn't get back with enough time to give you a real good one today. Kim, anything at all?
A couple things. If you guys are ever in a predicament where you're stuck or you might cause more damage if you keep going, stop your truck, call somebody, ask them to come out and help, take a look, get out, look around, walk around the outside of your truck. You know, it might just be as simple as, hey, I got to look at how close I am, or I need to move here or there. You may not even need somebody to come out. But stop before you cause more damage to something. If you're unsure of it, just, again, get help from somebody. New people, old people, it doesn't matter. We all need help sometimes, extra eyes. Do that walk around. Also, I don't know if any of you guys noticed in your SAMSARA messages that Sarah sent out, blood drive this month. If you looked at that, donating blood, you can do a tag PRAIRIE, take a picture. I think the hashtag, I don't do hashtags, so I don't know what hashtag PRAIRIE cares. However you do a hashtag, do that. And if you do, you can get entered into a drawing. She's going to give some prizes away. So they're doing a bunch of different stuff with blood draws, and so trying to get everybody involved with that this month. So that's all I have.
Sean, Jason? John?
I'm good.
Gilby? Good. Any questions online or in the room?
Keep the tank tops clean.
Yeah, tank.
Finding a lot of them.
Yeah, tank tops. Make sure we're keeping the tank tops clean. Jason's been finding a lot that are in pretty poor shape lately.
Also, I guess I just want to remind everybody, along with the lambs and, the dust might affect them. I've seen a lot of guys driving through the yard, probably going a little bit too fast here. That dust kicks up in our office and our shop here too. Our speed limit in the yard is 10 miles an hour. You see any of your coworkers driving aggressively, call them out, or call me and I'll call them out. I've seen a couple of them in just the last week that were a little unacceptable in our yard here. Especially all your guys' vehicles are parked in here now. I would never want to see anybody get hit or a pedestrian walking around a tank or anything like that.
But if no questions, we appreciate you coming in. Make sure you get on the sign-up sheet. Looks like I got all you guys here online. And if you're a short service employee and concerns or questions about IVMS alerts or anything, come in and see Brian and he'll help you out.
There's 2 questions.
Thanks for attending all.